Welcome to the listening lesson number 5 on matching information 2. Before you start the lesson, you will need to have the following to hand: your training booklet, a pen or pencil, and a rubber. You should follow the lesson in your training booklet. After this lesson, you will have a clear overview of what to expect in the listening question type matching 2. Have learnt tips and strategies on how best to approach the section, and have a chance to practice the question type using real IELTS materials. There are 2 practice tasks in this lesson. This is a section 1, so 2 people speaking. It's matching information, and in this case matching a hotel, which are the letters A to E, with a description 1 to 4, which are the questions. There are more options, A to E, than questions 1 to 4, so you don't use them all. There is one answer for each question, and you can use any option or hotel, in this case, more than once. So it might be 1 is B, 2 is A, 3 is C, and 4 is A, for example. All the questions are in order. Before the recording starts, you'll always have 30 seconds to prepare. We'll go through the steps here, and then you will have a chance to practice after. First of all, what's the topic? As we said, it's important to know what the recording is about so you can understand and keep up better. Secondly, it's very important to find the first hold or keyword in each set of questions, which you should underline. Don't forget, you will probably hear this word in the recording. 3, you need to know how many questions there are, and 4, you should have a quick look at what you have to do. What sort of questions are there? And lastly, try to predict the answers or the kind of answers you need, as then you'll know what to listen for. You now have 30 seconds to look at questions 1 to 4. Don't forget to follow the 5 preparation steps. I'll tell you when the time is up. You can start now. Your time is up now. Now you have time to look at the possible answers, which you can read in the back of your training booklet and on this slide. If you need more time, just press pause. The topic is to do with the location, maybe the synonyms or rural, countryside or related words. The hotel descriptions would be the keywords or the holds. There are 4 questions. You have to match the descriptions with the hotels, and your answers are letters. Now we'll have a quick look at what to do while you're listening. You need to read, write and listen at the same time during the recording, which means you need to answer the questions as you listen. There's no time to make notes. You should write the answers on the question sheet next to the numbers to make it easier to transfer later. Your answers are always in order, so if you miss out one, just keep going. And most importantly, keep up. Use the signpost words such as firstly and however, and the underlined words from your preparation. Now listen to the recording and answer questions 1 to 4 on the task in your training booklet. The recording will start automatically, and don't forget you can only listen once to each recording.
You will hear a man talking to an official at a tourist information office.
Can I help you?
Yes, I was wanting somewhere to stay for a few days, a 4 or 5-star hotel. Can you tell me something about the possibilities?
OK, right, well, there are 5 hotels that might interest you. Were you wanting a city centre location, or would you be interested in something a bit further out?
Well, I do have a car, so I could go for either.
Well, there are 2 central hotels in the range you're looking for. There's Carlton House and the Imperial. They're both near the main square, but if you've got your own transport, you might be interested in the Royal Oak. That's out in the country, about 10 kilometres away. Very peaceful. Then there's the Bridge Hotel and the Majestic. They're both in town, but not in the centre. They're out on the airport road.
That might be a bit far out, actually. OK, now the other two you mentioned in the city centre. Can you tell me a bit about them?
Well, they're both excellent hotels. If you want something with a bit of character, Carlton House is quite unusual. It's a very old building that was originally a large private house. It was bought by the Vannies chain, and they completely refurbished it. They took their first guests just a few months ago, but it's already got an excellent reputation. That's a 5-star hotel. Or there's the Imperial, which is a much more modern building. That also has its own gym, and it also has internet connection and meeting rooms. It's used for conferences and corporate events as well as private guests. That's 5-star as well.
Does it have a swimming pool as well as a gym?
No, the Royal Oak has an outdoor pool, which is lovely in the summer, but the only hotel with an indoor pool is the Bridge Hotel. It doesn't have a gym, though. The Majestic is planning to build a swimming pool and a fitness centre, but it's not finished yet.
I see. Well, I think I'll probably go for one of the city centre hotels.
Now we're going to look at what you can do after the listening. All you can really do here is to guess any missing answers. Don't forget you aren't penalised for writing the wrong answer, so please write something in every gap, especially as your answers are letters here. You now have 30 seconds to check your answers, and I'll tell you when the time is up. You can start now. Your time is up now. After the listening test, you have to transfer your answers to a listening answer sheet. You have to use a pencil to transfer your answers to the answer sheet provided. Your answers are letters, so you don't need to worry about spelling, and you should check your answers again as you have plenty of time. For this lesson, transfer your answers to the space in your training booklet, and you can take 20 seconds. I'll tell you when the time is up. Your time starts now. Your time is up now. Now turn to the answer section in the back of your training booklet, or read the answers here on the slide and you can check your answers. You can press pause if you need more time. Number 1 is E, number 2 B, number 3 C, number 4 A. Now you have a chance to practice again alone, and after we will go through the answers together. You now have 30 seconds to look at questions 23 to 27 in your training booklet. Don't forget to follow the 5 preparation steps. I'll tell you when your time is up. You can start now. Your time is up now. Now listen to the recording and answer questions 23 to 27 in your training booklet. The recording will start automatically.
Now, what about the reading materials? Have you checked out the journal articles in the list?
No, not yet. There were about 20 of them, and I wasn't sure which ones would be most useful or important.
Well, they're all useful. But I don't expect anyone to read them all because a number of them deal with the same issues. Let me give you some suggestions. The article by Anderson and Hawker is really worth reading.
Right, I'll read that one.
You should also read the article by Jackson, but just look at the part on the research methodology, how they did it.
OK, Jackson. Got that.
And if you have time, the one by Roberts says very relevant things, although it's not essential.
So, OK, if it's useful, I'll try and read that one.
Now, the one by Morris. I wouldn't bother with that at this stage if I were you.
OK, I won't bother with Morris. Oh, now, someone told me the article by Cooper is important.
Well, yes, in a way. But just look at the last part, where he discusses the research results. And lastly, there's Forster. I can't think why I included that one. It's not bad, and could be of some help, but not that much.
You now have 30 seconds to check your answers. I'll tell you when the time is up. You can start now. Your time is up now. For this practice, transfer your answers to the space in your training booklet. You can take 30 seconds and I'll tell you when the time is up. You can start now. Your time is up now. Now let's check your answers with those in your training booklet and on this slide. If you need more time, just press pause. 23 is E, 24 B, 25 G, 26 F and 27 C. This is the end of lesson number 5. You can now go on to do lesson number 6 on multiple